Hi, this is Taha, and that is one of my latest projects. It's going to be about controlling autonomous vehicles with reinforcement learning based models to control stop and go traffic waves. This project took me about 6 to 7 months to complete. It was also my thesis project. I thought I should make this video to introduce the testbed I have modified or somehow created, and also the idea of making this 5 minute video came from a comment I got in one of my Reddit posts, so thanks for that as well. Let's just switch up to this screen so I can show everything better. Thank you.
Well, hello again. Now that we're back to the screen, I'm gonna go through and explain all the modifications I've done to the original testbed. So for that, I'm gonna use my most trusted pen. Okay, so here we go. The first very difference you're gonna see in my testbed, it's gonna be the uh, vehicle IDs. So these are going to be the IDs for each of these vehicles, so we can imply our control models on them. In my case, the vehicle with the red box around it, it's going to be the vehicle that we're going to control. The other difference is this panel at the very bottom. So here you could start recording the data for different vehicles. And in this box, by default, if you don't enter anything, it's going to be vehicle 222, which is like triple two, which is going to be the vehicle that we have applied our reinforcement learning controller. If you enter anything other than 222, as long as it's going to be one of these, you're good to go and you could record the data. Um, So with this button, you start the recording, and once you start, you could also stop it whenever you're done. The other button is going to be the brake of vehicle 200, which is going to be the vehicle in front of vehicle 222. The reset RL model, as its name suggests, it will reset the whole training of the uh, our RL controlled vehicle. Here you could see the size of our model, which is stored locally in our browser. So each program is running locally in your device. You could save the model whenever you want. It will automatically save, but uh, at any point, if you want to save the model, this is the button you're going to use. This one, which is the type of controller we're using, indicates the controller we're using at our boxed vehicle, which is going to be vehicle 222. Here, it's the gap between uh, the vehicle 222 with the vehicle 200, which is going to be the gap with the following uh, vehicle. Also, here you could see a lap, which isn't really counting. It would start counting uh, when you press the start recording button. Um, there were some features that were there before I started modifying it. So these are really handy features like the time lapse. This could really help fastening like the training process, and it will save you a lot of time because everything is just faster. It will also drain your CPU, so you might want to double think it. For now, I would just put it back to 6 times the natural time. Um, Other than this, you could download this project. As you can see, are at this point, since I'm running it for so long, at this point, my vehicle is like acting quite normally. At the beginning, when you start the training process, it might not really look like this. Before, we used to have a problem uh, of my vehicle running into the car in front of it. But right now, uh, it is obviously resolved because the training process is almost done. This is the version 15, by the way. I have built the version 22 as well. So there are 7 other like more enhanced versions, which also show parameters like the learning steps and these type of information as well. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. For now, I would just go and save the model manually saved. So what happens when you save the model? When you save the model, what's going to happen is that, actually, sorry, what's going to happen is that when you inspect and go to the application, this is where all the reinforcement learning database is stored. So yeah, these are where things get stored, the model and all of that. Obviously, it's going to be encrypted, so looking at it, it's not really going to help anything. Yeah, so far I have gone through most of the things, especially the simulation, which is quite impressive actually. Um, Other than this, you could download the project through my GitHub at this place, which is going to be the forked of where I have actually forked from the original MoveSim repository. I've also written a paper which has I haven't published it, but you could read my paper, which is about the whole theoretical part of the project, which technically it's going to be the technical details, which I didn't really go through this video because obviously it would be a little bit boring. And yeah, here you could like go into further technical details and how we accomplished. There's also a history part and the codes and where all these came from, and also like tests the whole control system and test results. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also have a MATLAB which you could sketch the different, you could just uh, import or copy the path of the file you have recorded into the MATLAB, and it would just sketch everything out. So you don't need to. So it's just more comprehensible and it's easier to understand. So I would make sure to upload the MATLAB uh, source code into my GitHub as well. I'm not gonna go through the future models. Obviously, I chose the version 15 because it's almost glitch free. The coming projects, the version of this projects have some issues that I'm still looking into it, but they have far more features than these. Also, here I have to thank the MoveSim team for making this testbed. And by the way, I've just modified it in my own way. I will go through the modification process as well, real quick. Um, so as you can see, these are all the files that you might encounter in the GitHub repository. As you can see, it's just like a spider web. So going through and modifying this project, it was a really, really serious challenge for me. So hopefully I got it done. And this project took me almost 7 months to complete. It was also my thesis project, as I mentioned earlier. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I highly suggest you to also go through my LinkedIn because sometimes I post about my projects over there as well. Um, Here I have all talked about my projects, and yeah, thank you for your attention. Thanks.